How to overcome social anxiety. Hi, my name is Dr. Meghana Dikshit. I'm the author of the book You Matter and Brain and Performance Expert. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and hit the bell icon. And if you're back on this channel, welcome back. So let's dive straight into understanding what is social anxiety, how to overcome it, what are some of the signs of social anxiety, and do you have social anxiety? If you're ready for it, type ready in the chat box and let's dive deeper. Social anxiety. What are the signs of social anxiety? Major signs of social anxiety is to be not able to be comfortable in a situation which is new to you. Not everybody who has anxiety has social anxiety. A lot of times, those who suffer from social anxiety are pretty okay connecting with their known people. They're not scared of feeling anxious when they are with their own people. Or if you are pretty much good in a subject which you need to talk to in public, you would be good about it. When an uncomfortable situation comes up, like maybe you go on a date, or maybe you suddenly have to speak to an authority figure, maybe you have to go for an interview with a completely stranger, or maybe there's an expectation from you to do something different at a different scenario, maybe new place or new people. Anything can trigger that anxiety in you, and that can give you really bad release of hormones in your body, stressful hormones in your body, causing cramps in your body, in your stomach, and you're feeling very nervous, palpitation, sweating on your palms, and feeling suddenly very heavy in your body. So if you have something like this, let's understand, why did you develop social anxiety? Well, let me tell you, a lot of people say I'm an introvert, I'm an extrovert. None of you or none of the person on this planet are introvert or extrovert. If at all, when you are a child, think about it. When you were hungry, when you had wet your nappy, you called out and you seek for help. Only when the conditioning happened on you as a child, you developed a extrovert or introvert of a habit. Now, understand something. Where does social anxiety come from? Social anxiety generally comes from your childhood, where you may have experienced some sexual, emotional, mental trauma. Maybe a parent criticizing you too much, or maybe you went through humiliation and rejection at early stages in your school. Or maybe there is a dysfunctionality in the family, constant arguments, constant criticism, constant feeling of you're not good enough. All of this, when a child goes through, it develops a certain level of low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and low self-image, translating eventually into low self-worth. Having the fear that if I speak up, I may be ridiculed or criticized. Maybe people will judge me and laugh at me. Now, all of this happens because of the chemicals, because of the emotions that are released in your body with those traumatic experiences that you went through as a child. Now, how do you work on this when you are an adult? You can't do anything about what happened in the past, but what can you do in your current situation so that you get out of the social anxiety, go out and create the success that you deserve? So let's dive deeper. If you're ready, type ready in the chat box and let's give you some solutions. Now that you're ready, let's begin with the first step to do. There was this one girl who had come to me with severe social anxiety. She used to start sweating and the sweat would really smell bad, and that would really trigger something really bad for her, where she used to feel, I smell so bad. No matter how much perfume I use, it doesn't help. I'm sweating all the time while talking to people, and I'm feeling very scared to go out there. Now, if there's an overwhelming situation like that, and if you're trying to do everything together to get out of it, it is going to create even worse results. So how do you begin? You start small. My suggestion to her was that go into a coffee shop every single day. You don't need to talk to anybody. Just sit on the table with your notepad and just observe people. Now remember something, social anxiety patients are very good at observing people, because what they do all the time is observe. They don't speak much, so what is left to them is constantly analyzing and observing and understanding people. So sometimes they have a great strength and judgment to understand who's the right person for them and who's not the right person. And they can do this effectively for other people too. And this girl typically really understood this concept so well that today she trained herself into psychology and she's a counselor. Why? Because she's used her weakness that she's taught to her advantage. So first thing I told her to go sit in a coffee shop and just observe. I said, do it for 7 days straight. And then I said, on the 8th day, go ahead and speak to one stranger. And if you can't speak to a stranger, just smile. Smile is enough. Once you smile, every day your job is to smile to one stranger. I know, for you, some of you who are watching me here, may be feeling what's the big deal in this. But for the social anxiety person, it's a very big deal. They are scared to their bones when they are smiling at a stranger. The third thing that you do, the next step, is to go and talk to a stranger. Talk. Nothing will happen. Just go, but do it slowly, not all of a sudden. Maybe just saying hi, hello, maybe introducing yourself and telling this person that I'm in an activity. You don't need to say that you're a socially anxious person. Say, I'm just in an activity where I am wanting to meet more people. I want to connect with people. So this is some activity that I'm doing, and be honest with people, because otherwise you'll spook them out. So you don't want to do that. So you want to be honest with person and say, hello, this is so-and-so, and I'm in this activity. My teacher or my coach or whoever you call it and say that has suggested me to do this. And I'm just coming here to say hello to you and to introduce myself. If you feel comfortable, then let's talk ahead. If not, just leave that place. Your job is to not get the response from the person. Your job is to introduce yourself. So you understand how we are stacking this entire thing slowly, one step at a time? Start with that. The second thing that you need to do is keep a journal. Every day write down your improvements. See how far have you come. And when you look back on that journal after 30 days, you will realize that you have significantly made a difference in your anxiety and you're a lesser anxious person. You're feeling more free to interact. The third thing that you need to do is, if your social anxiety is really paralyzing you and not allowing you to do things, there's no harm in taking help from an expert. Don't try to do it on your own. Seek help. I'm not asking you to take medicine. Sometimes even talking, taking a counseling, or maybe working deeper on your brain patterns can really help you to get rid of this problem. I've seen a lot of our students getting out of social anxiety. A student who was not able to talk to anybody in the interview decided to stay in the same job for 9 years because he was scared to give an interview. He had a long history of his father being very abusive and very aggressive. And he was so scared since a childhood, that he just stopped, and every time he started speaking to the strangers, he would stutter. Now, this created a great limitation in him that he didn't want to go for jobs. So he was in minimum salary wages for his capacity. He was stuck on the same job for 9 years. And when he worked on his brain patterns, so of course our programs, he actually went ahead and created a difference where he quit his old job. He started giving interviews. Some he liked and some he did not like. Now that's a great step for someone who has social anxiety, to not reject an interview or reject an offer. And today he got a great offer from a great multinational company where he was expecting a 50% hike and they gave him 160% hike. You see, one small step of taking help helped the person so much to get out of so many problems. His salary went from 6.5 lakhs to 16.5 lakhs per annum. How many of you resonate with something like this? That you are stopping yourself from doing things which are really important because you have anxiety. Tell me in the chat box, what are some of the things that you've stopped doing? One of my students, I remember, who had the fear of heights, did not go to an interview because he was comfortable staying on the first floor job. Any other interview or any other job he was offered was on higher floors, and either he had to go through the lift or he had to go on the higher floors, and where he had the height phobia and he didn't want to take that interview or go for that job. You stop yourself when you have this fears and phobia. Most people don't understand it, that it's not just the fear and phobia that is troubling you, but the life that you create around that fear. That's a limited life. Do you have someone like that, or do you feel something like that? Let me know in the chat box. Maybe the best thing is to share this video with somebody whom you feel needs it the most. The next is to take care of your mental and physical both health. Yoga is a very good way to calm down your anxiety. Your nerves are really irritated. Your body is used to panic. Your body is used to those chemicals that are stress hormones. So how about helping your body and your mind to calm down? Calming your nerves through yoga, through Pilates, or any other exercise, maybe going into the nature, swimming, whatever works for you. Releasing the positive hormones or the happy hormones in your body helps you big time in tackling your anxiety. Eating a balanced diet, more fruits, more vegetables. How can you balance yourself? Don't go on erratic diets like keto or only protein, because when the carbs are less in your body, there are higher chances of anxiety. And the last step is to congratulate yourself. Every small step you take towards healing yourself, congratulate, celebrate, because you have to be your biggest advocate. You have to start telling yourself how beautiful you are and how amazingly you're growing. With that, what I also want to tell you to do is dress sharp. Sometimes your external appearance impacts your internal appearance. So if you can start dressing sharper, dressing better, it will have an overall impact on your mental health to then create a better result in your life. If this video helped you, share it, like it, and leave a comment down so that it reaches to many people who need the help. Thank you for watching.